Hi everyone, this is Alyssa with the BlueLink team, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create and work with layers in Photoshop CS6. In the BlueLink lab, there are three main ways that we create new layers. The first is the most straightforward. You go up here to Layer, select New Layer, and a box is going to appear that you can name your layer. I'm just going to keep it as Layer 1 for this demonstration. You can see the new layer appears in this menu on the right. On this layer, I'm going to use the paintbrush tool to make a drawing. I'm going to change the color just by clicking on this box, and I'm going to slide this up. And let's go with this red. All right, so I'm going to add in the arch of the aorta. I'm not an artist, so this isn't going to be perfect, but let's go ahead and add in brachiocephalic, left common carotid, Right, so then to delete a layer, just right click and you'll see the option on this menu here. Alright, so the second way to create a new layer goes back to using that magnetic lasso tool. I'm going to just go around a bit of the heart to show you how it works. Once you close the loop, you can hit Command C, Command V to copy and paste, and a new layer is going to automatically appear over in the Layers menu on the right side. If I go to the selector tool up here, you can see the outline of the layer and I can move it around. I'm going to leave this layer here for now, but I'm going to make it invisible. Now the third option is very similar. We go to this rectangular selection tool, and I'm going to select this area. Again, use Command C, Command V to copy and immediately paste this section of the image. It's also good to know that you can copy and paste between different images that you have open in Photoshop. I'm going to make a background invisible. A very quick introduction into something I'll talk about in a later video. You can see that if we select this eraser tool from the left-hand menu, we can erase parts of the layer to isolate a specific structure. For this image, I'm just going to very quickly erase the black background. Alright, and now I'm going to bring back these other two layers to show you how the ordering works. So as I bring this layer over and I overlap it with the first, you can see the second layer falls behind the first one. This is because of the orders that they're in on the right-hand menu. If I wanted to have layer 2 above layer 1, all I need to do is click and drag layer 2 so it's above layer 1 in this menu. And then if you look over here, you can see the layer has moved to be on top in the photo as well. Alright, so let's try and move this back to where it should be. Now let's say that I did want to rename one of these layers. I just double click on the name and then I can type in what I want. Because layer 1 has a bit of the aorta in it, I'm just going to name it aorta. Naming layers like this can be really helpful when you're working on a project with a lot of them and you need to be able to tell them apart quickly as you make further edits. Alright, so another thing that we can do is combine different layers by merging them so we can move and edit them together. The first way is to line them up, right-click the top one and select Merge Down. Or you can make all of the other layers invisible, right-click again and select Merge Visible. So you can see that the selection box has expanded to cover both the parts, and as I move it, they move together and I can resize them at the same time as well. As you resize them, if you hold Shift the whole time you're making changes, it's going to lock the proportions so your selection doesn't become distorted even if your mouse isn't moving in a straight line. After making any modifications like this, make sure to hit the check mark to apply the changes so you can continue on with other edits. Right now I'm going to bring the background back in and try to roughly line these up again. To make a second copy of this layer, I can right-click and select Copy Layer from menu, and this is going to automatically be named Layer 2 Copy. And again, we have the option to change that if we need to. I'm just going to leave it as the default title for this project. If I get rid of the background, you can easily see that now we have 2 copies of the same exact layer. Right, and finally, one of the most important parts about working with layers is saving them correctly. So you want to go to File, Save As, and when you have layers present in your image, the Photoshop is automatically going to want to save this work as a Photoshop file or PSD. This format is what allows you to save the image without compressing the layers, so you can come back and work with them again later. This file is what's going to open with the layers still present. You also want to save the image as a JPEG, so again, go up to File, Save As, and I'm going to change the name of this photo so it doesn't replace the original. And then in the Format drop-down menu, we need to select the JPEG option. We save in the JPEG format as well because the layers are compressed here, so we can easily add the image into an email or a PowerPoint to help create our resources. That wraps up this session of the BlueLink editing process. Thank you for watching, and feel free to check out our channel for more tutorials and anatomy-based content.